So the update details for Module 26 are finally here. These are the patch notes where we go through a whole bunch of nitty-gritty changes. So first of all, we have some feature highlights. Coming with the new module is a campaign and an adventure in Narbondelin. And then we have the new dungeon, the Demon Web Pits, the new Planner Panic Lockbox, the new Battle Pass starting, Chaos Between Realms, Abyssal Hunts, both in the new zone, Narbondelin plus Menzoberranzan, and a Hero's Path, being an epic adventure that you can progress through to obtain some decent rewards beyond level 20. This will be somewhat of a quest guide for you, what to do next with your character. And then there are a bunch of known issues. Things not fixed yet. Loth won't perform her full combat rotation sometimes. Characters won't be consistently knocked up in the air during the Loth encounter. And certain achievements can unlock without properly meeting the condition, as you may have seen on some of the previous server runs. For example, not killing the spiders and completing with no hacks. Then in certain circumstances, the miracle crit buff can be applied twice. This will be from the new Abyss boots, where you provide them with critical avoidance and also some combat advantage, I believe. And then the Grump's companion, Hacking Fury, can basically screw over bushes and grass. So then we have finally the patch notes, the release notes of the changes. So most notably, Infernal Citadel is coming back, with the first boss being a bit reworked. When you want to upgrade your workshop and you want to get it to level 4, it will now cost half as much South Sea Trading Company credit. A few other small changes here as well. You can read through them. Nothing in particular of note. Some campaign quest adjustments with waypoints. Then a fix to the campfire in the Cragmire Crypts. And Fanbreaker Island, you shouldn't have to wait as long with those trolls. That NPC will now melt the ice a bit faster. Now for the classes, the Bard, there's been a nice fix to Dancing Light. The improvised version will actually deal 350 magnitude. A bunch of gear can now actually be worn by the Bard. Then on the Warlock, the Creeping Death feat should be fixed. It should now properly deal 10 magnitude consistently. However, they are aware that some additional sources will not properly increase the damage of Creeping Death, and they're looking into this. Then the companion, the Blasphemous Assassin, his Fairy Fire, sadly, will no longer make bosses glow pink. Then some event adjustments here. Gift of Tamora, some improvements to the healing and rejuvenation potion ranks, and an increase to the refining gemstones, with a small chance of gaining some pres words here. With the Summer Festival upcoming, the Fire of Blossom Zealot will be added to the collections. And then finally, summon provisioning recipes no longer need the Summer Artisan. You can complete them with regular artisans. This should fix the whole issue where people were not getting the Summer Artisan. Pinatas are getting that update, 15-second cooldown. Will now drop 3 food instead of what they did before, at a chance of like 5 to 8. And they also have a very small chance to drop pres wards and a chance to drop blue insignias. Then with items and economy, the price of the 72 bag occasionally sold in the Wondrous Bazaar has now been reduced to 300k Astral Diamonds, so with VIP that's 225. That should be a decent deal. Just be aware of the price on the auction house for your platform. Then the contents of the Magnificent Resurgent Lockbox and the Astral Lockbox have been updated. There will be some new rewards you can get from there, and these will apply to the existing unopened lockboxes. You can see the Astral Lockbox will now have the Dragonelle, Gold Dragon Wings, Pink Sylph Wings, which is new, the Pseudo Dragon, the Fallen Angel Wings, and then it has with the epic mounts, the Gaspor, Tenacious Floating Disc, Mistform, Toothsome, which is crazy, adding Toothsome there, which was a Zen pack only. That was like 10,000 Zen, but it is from a good while ago. And then the Butterfly Wings. And in the companions, it has the Kingfisher Intern, the Butterfly Incubus, Deep Crow Hatchling, and the Book Imp. Some decent options there. With then the Mythic Resurgent Lockbox, getting updated a bit, in particular the trade bars. We'll go into that in depth a little bit more, but you have the resurgent packs here, where the companion pack will now have the Dragon Hunter and the Lich added, and the artifact pack will have Golden Memories, Sword of Zariel, Book of Vile Darkness, Sparkling Fey Emblem, and the Refulgent Diamond Pin. We move on, and currencies. The Reaper marks will now properly show they have a cap of 400. Dragon glyphs, you'll be delighted to note, will now stack with each other rather than needing a separate slot for each of the same ones. Those of you using the Tentacle Eye, Assassin's Choker, Locket of Most Foul, Hypnotizing Pendant, or Sanity Preservation Voker will be delighted to note that they will no longer hide transmutes in that neck slot. Path of the Fallen is now a legacy campaign. You can use genie gifts for it, and you can now create a signet of patronage. The Reaper Challenge vendor will no longer sell the 10 genie gifts pack, and it will now be able to sell you the legendary insignia pack for 5 Reaper marks. The terminal and trade bar, it's been changed slightly so that there's a max cap of 30,000 with a soft cap of 20,000. If you do reach 20,000, it will tell you to go and spend them. But this means you're allowed to overflow past 20,000. If you were to obtain, let's say, a jackpot from a Lockbox and gain like 2,000, it'll let you to get to nearly 22,000. Now, starting with the Planner Panic Lockbox, all Lockbox now grant between 10 and 18 trade bars guaranteed. This is very nice, and those of you who are number crunchers, as I stated earlier in my videos, they will now drop you 30.7 on average per box, up from what it was before at an average of 28.75. 13.7 average from guaranteed trade bar gains and 17 average from jackpot trade bar entries. So before you would have gained more from these jackpot entries, and so it would be even more random how many trade bars you actually obtained, and on average you'd be obtaining less, nearly 3 trade bars less. So pretty nice and pretty good to see guaranteed trade bars dropping from there. Less likely you get screwed over. With the Zen market, a few adjustments here. The shared bank slots in the Zen store now properly show you can buy 104 additional slots, not just 88 total slots. The Menzer Brands and Enchantment Key bundle is going away, with the Pack of Undying going away. Very nicely, there will be an option for Open 10 when opening items like packs, lockboxes, etc. You will see that as an option right here. You open one, you get this like window, and now you could click Open 10 or as many as possible. So it'll open the remaining ones I have. Pretty nice. It'll save you a bit of time when opening a ton of like boxes that you just want to spam open anyway. And otherwise, leaps and bounds change to earn double progress. When you're in the character select, you can actually select the replay video option that you would normally get with the login screen that shows like the trailer for the game. You can now discard the starter mounts purchased from the Adventure Guild mount merchant, and if you, let's say, discard it as a new player, you need it for the quest and you accidentally do so, you should be able to just restart the dialogue at the vendor to obtain another token. In your Professions and Workshop, artisans can now be protected in the Professions Master desk to avoid accidental deletion. And that is about it for the patch notes. Few notable changes here and there, like adjustments to the Astral and Magnificent Lockbox, Reaper's Challenge, Legendary Insignias, your workshop becoming half as expensive to actually upgrade to level 4, and ultimately we're getting a whole bunch of new content, which I've covered with links to those videos in the description below in my module 26 section. You can see all the new gear coming, mechanics guide for the new dungeon, and I will be coming out with builds for multiple different classes for that new dungeon and just module 26 as a whole. Massive thank you to all these channel members for their added support, and we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.